All right, in this video, I'm going to be going over the answers to the syllabus quiz. The main part is just being really able to find our syllabus, and then hopefully you can look at the answers up in there. So it's in a couple different spots. There's a link here. It's kind of little, but then also if you go to general class files, the syllabus is right there. So I'm going to open that up. Our first question says list some topics. So if you look, all the topics here are listed at the start. All the different units. So we're going to learn conditionals, if statements, loops, methods, arrays. And then please note that the GUI stuff, the graphical user interface, is usually pretty fun, but we don't learn that till the end. The reason, again, is it's not covered on the AP test, and so we'll learn that or study that after the AP test is done. So we do that at the very end in May, which I know is a fun part of the course, but unfortunately it's not on the AP test. So any of these would work for number one. What are some traits to be successful? Okay, so I think this is kind of a weird class where most kids don't know anything about programming. Math class, kids have come in with previous math experience, but in this case, all of you are starting from scratch. So I think the key is it is hard and difficult at first, but you just really got to be persistent. And so you need determination, I guess, because it's not necessarily who's the smartest or something. It's who spends the time watching videos on YouTube, looking up information on the internet, asking their friends, asking a parent, asking me, right? So you just have to be persistent, and you're going to hit struggles, and it'll be hard, and you'll mess things up. But if you just keep with it and keep persevering, I think that's what it's going to take to be successful in here. So put in the time, put in the effort, especially don't fall behind. I feel like if you fall behind, it's hard to dig out of the hole. And it all builds, all the information builds on itself. So you need to be keeping up with what's going on in class. One classroom rule. Okay, so I'm not huge on rules. I just try to use this one general rule. The idea being that the reason we are here is obviously to get to know each other a little bit, but also to learn, right? So if your action is going to prevent you or someone else from learning, or make it hard for me to teach, then it's something you probably shouldn't be doing, right? So if you're thinking about, can I do something in this class, just consider, is it going to distract? So even like, I think a cell phone is a good example. If you're have it out and you're playing doodle jump or something, people around you very likely could be watching that, right? So it's disrupting both you and the people around you, and that's affecting learning. So that's when there's going to, when there'll be consequences, or we'll have to figure out a plan to make it so we're not disrupting the class. Okay, so the book, much like many of our books at school here now, they're online, right? But what's different here is you need a special access code. And so that access code, I'm going to email it out to you later, along with some directions for getting onto the book. So here's kind of the general login, but I'll send you an email. The hard part about this, honestly, is you have to make a new password. And so then it gets goofy because kids forget their password. And obviously they have a way to retrieve it and all that, but I'm gonna try and make it something simple, maybe write it down somewhere, right? It's not a super critical password, but you just need to remember it because in the past, kids aren't able to access the book. Especially in the distance learning world, this is another good resource for you if you need extra information or you want to review something that we cover in class. We will have some assignments and stuff out of it, but definitely make sure you have your password set up. Okay, so tests and quizzes is a little different, the grading breakdown. So most of your classes are 80-20 or at least 80-20. My thought with this class is the AP test, you end up having to write computer programs on that test. That's actually half of that test. So I make the programming exercises we do, you'll have like a set of them each chapter. I make those worth quite a bit, 35%, and then tests and quizzes are 60, and then other little minor assignments that we do throughout the year, those are just 5%. So it's slightly different, but it's still heavy on the summative side because these programming things are really testing it. Do we know how to program, which is honestly a big part of learning in this class. All right, 3 weeks late, what percent can be earned? All right, so late work, if it's within 1 week, it's 75%. Anything after that's 50. So 3 weeks out, you'd get 50% credit. And again, stay on top of it. If you get behind, things get a lot tougher. Okay, so I wanted to do this is off the syllabus now. So I wanted to make sure you knew how to get to this folder. This is where I'll post the lesson notes, and also if we do some code in class, I'll give you access to it in case you want to look back. All right, and then I wanted to, so I want to make sure you know how to find that. So you go back to materials. I put it right at the very, very top because it's an important link. And then if you look in like the folders currently, like chapter 1 and chapter 2, there's nothing in there because I add them as we go. So there's nothing in there. But if you look at last year's notes here at the bottom, you can click through and see the stuff we did last year. So I click chapter 1. Here would be any starter code, which is like little snippets of code that I'll give you and then you fill in parts of it. But if you look at lesson notes, here's some things we did in chapter 1 last year. So here's an example of common error notes. So that could be an answer to this question if we learned about common errors. And you will pull your hair out at some point when you hit an error. That definitely happens. So I believe that concludes the syllabus quiz. Hopefully it helped you navigate our website a little bit and then also know a little bit about the syllabus. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.